Alright, so. Alright, so this is gonna be a tutorial on general movement in Blue Fire. So, this is gonna be more specific towards unrestricted categories where you can use the movement. Not gonna be super useful for other things like NMG or glitchless because they don't really do, but there are some that they use, not a lot, but most of these are for unrestricted. Okay, so let's start off dash. The best way to dash is you don't want to dash on the floor like this because sometimes your dash can just get eaten and your dash kind of gets stopped short. So what you want to do is you jump a little bit before your dash. That'll allow you to keep the momentum from the dash, as well as there's like practically no chance of your dash getting eaten. So it won't just go away for no reason or like miss input like this. So it's better to just jump before you dash like this. But dash is pretty simple. You'll get used to it by the time you do a couple runs. So we're not gonna go too into detail with it. You could do some other stuff with it, like you can delay your jump and get to places like that, like this, like that. Instead of like having to go over here and jumping and doing that, we could just like do this instead. Let's just dash, and dash is pretty simple. But let's get into what we actually use for any percent unrestricted, which is called a dyne dash. Which basically what it does is you can float in the air for as long as the distance of your jump gets you. So like a jump would get you so far, and then the fastest one would be a spin attack, which gets you really high. And to perform that, all you need to do is dash twice really fast like this. And you know you got it right if you got this floaty state. What we like to call float state. This state pretty much is the one that determines that you can keep your speed in the air. So you can do stuff like this and just keep flying. Okay, so in order to do that, you need a double dash and then input whatever, either a jump or a spin attack. You can also do it with the fireball. It'll like take you up slowly like this, but most of the categories either don't get fireball or can't use this trick, so that's just something worth noting. Alright, so ways to use this with the jump, you would do double dash and you would keep the float state like this, right? Double dash, you keep float state. So you would double dash, jump, and then like that, and then you would keep it. But one thing you want to keep in mind is we don't really want to get these white trails. That's called fall damage, and we don't want that. What we're gonna do instead is we're gonna hold dash. We're gonna hold dash and jump, and that's gonna get rid of the trails we want. And then you can let go whenever you want. Whenever you get enough height, then you won't get the trails whatsoever. Because that way you don't have to keep pause buffering to go higher. You can just do it once and just keep going up like this. So that is dyne dash. You can also do that with spin attack like this. And this one is the one we want to use because it takes you really high. And it'll take me almost to the ceiling. Yeah, okay. Also, like I mentioned, you can't take fall damage if you hold for spin attack. If you hold the attack and dash like this, hold the attack and dash and then let go, then you won't take any fall damage on the way back down. That is called dyne dashing, and it's the best form of movement, and it's super useful for stuff like clipping out of bounds like this, like that. So that's super useful for stuff like that, especially in the later parts of the game where you need to clip out. But if for some reason you're running NMG or a category that restricts it, you have one form of movement which we like to call you can either do drop hops like this, which is inputting attack twice really fast, so you get a little hop. Or what more people like to use, which is better, a moon jump, which takes you way higher than a regular jump. So that took me about almost to that lip right there. Like with regular jumps, it would be really hard. Like that. Like it's super hard. Anyways, how you do that is you jump on the wall. Once you're on the wall, you're gonna press. You're gonna roll over your buttons, kind of. So you're gonna attack, jump, and then press and then hold B like this. And then you should get that. So once you're on the wall, you press attack, and you roll over jump and B, or jump and shield. So attack, roll over, jump and shield, jump and shield, attack, jump and shield, attack, jump and shield. So that's called a moon jump, which is one of the things you're going to be using in NMG and glitch. No, not for glitches. NMG will use this. So like this. So like if you have trouble looking at what I'm doing, look at my input display. It would be attack, jump and shield, attack, jump and shield, attack, jump and shield. So stuff like that. One other thing to mention, we have what's called float jumps, the fire jumps, and dash jump, which are basically this, which means you can do dyne dashes or a thing like dyne dash off of the wall, which is a strat we used to use before when we didn't discover dyne dashes, but they are pretty useful because they can take you about the same height. And if you do it with a fireball, it's much quicker. Well, I don't have the bind, but it's the same concept as this. I have a tutorial on fireball launches, so if you want to learn how to do that, you should watch that. But it's the same concept. You want to get the float state by pressing shield and attack. So shield, attack, then you do it on a wall, and you'll get this float state. And then from there, you input a jump, and then you'll go flying. So that's the general movement, and that's most of the stuff we use for this. And yeah, so you just want to practice. Oh, one more last thing to mention. So whenever you do dyne dashes like this, in order to actually keep this jump, like to keep the jump without falling down, you actually need to do it on the ground like this. You can't do it off of off ground like that, because otherwise it won't work. You'll just keep falling down. So whenever you want to do this, make sure you don't do it off the ground, because if you do it off the ground, it's not going to work. So you have to do it on the ground for it to actually not get any fall damage, which is very important for stuff like this is a popular skip that we use. This is a good strat. So normally people would do this, but that would put them off ground if you go too far. So like if they do this, that would be off ground, and then they'd fall back down. So whenever you do stuff like that, you want to remember to be on the ground like this, and then you would go up. Okay, so that is the general movement of this game, and thank you for watching.